What is a campaign message? It's what you're going to do for the voters if you get the job. It's what you're going to do with the power that comes with the office. It's how you are going to elevate their quality of life. It's how you're going to make life better for at least some people in your jurisdiction. That's the short answer. If you'd like the longer answer, stick with me because I got a lot to share. So let's start off this way. There are 5 different questions voters expect you to answer. And I'm going to tell you there are 5 different questions that voters expect you to answer during the course of a campaign. I'm going to tell you what they are, and then I'm going to do a deep dive into just one of them, because that will help you put together your own message. So what are the 5 things voters expect you to tell them? They want to know what you're going to do for them. They want to know what makes you qualified. They want to know a little bit about your values and your moral code, just to be sure that yours are in sync with theirs. They want to hear you explain to them why they should trust you to do the job. At the end of the campaign, they'd like to know what makes you better than your opponent. And they expect you to tell them all of that. Now, the one that sometimes candidates find most difficult to answer is, what are you going to do for the voters? I mean, there's some people who come to me and they got a list of 50 things that they want to do. And then there are others that come to me and said, well, I want to help the homeless, or yeah, I think that schools need more support. And they're really just a little bit fuzzy on exactly what it is they want to do for the voters. So what I'm going to do is tell you that there are 5 different sources of ideas for you to pursue and you to put on your own list that may enrich what you already have in your head. That said, the first place to look is your head. If you read, if you've been involved in your community, if you've been paying attention to what goes on in the world, you probably already have a list of things you'd like to fix if only you had the power to fix them. So start making this list with what's already in your head. It may be 3 ideas, it may be 5 ideas, it may be 25, but make the list. If you're still not satisfied that they are things that really matter to voters, well, here's the next thing to do. For a single week, make it a habit to get up a half an hour early and start glancing at the headlines of certain newspapers. If you're running for Congress, you check the New York Times and the Wall Street Journal. If you are running for a statewide office, look at your statewide newspaper that covers politics. If you're running for office in a smaller community, take a look at your local paper or some local blogs or electronic newsletters that go out and look at the problems they're talking about. You know what headlines are in a newspaper? They're clickbait. You know, the headlines are about something that happened in the world that's a problem. That's what newspapers cover. They cover problems. Newspapers can be a great source of ideas about problems that you would like to solve. So we talked about your head. We talked about newspapers. Here's idea number 3. If you're running in a particular jurisdiction, get a car and drive around. Try and go down every road, every street, every alley, every back road, every gravel road, and take a look at what you see. Better yet, have someone drive you so that you can sit in the passenger seat and take notes about what you see. I once had a client running for city council in New York, and I gave him this assignment because he was having trouble coming up with stuff. And he called me on Monday after spending a weekend driving down every street in his city council district. And he says, Jay, I got 50 ideas. I've spotted intersections where dangerous traffic lights, they don't work. I've spotted subway stops where the lights go out at night. I've spotted parks that have garbage. I've spotted a park that doesn't have a night light and it's kind of dangerous for people to be around. He was so excited. He came up with a lot of great ideas simply by driving around and looking at each neighborhood in his city council district. Idea number 4, make a list of the smartest people you know. 4, 5, maybe 6 of them. People who just seem to you to be really on the ball and pretty well informed. Invite them over to your house on Saturday afternoon, feed them pizza, break out the beer or the Pepsi, and do a roundtable discussion. And here's your question to each one of them. If you held public office and you had a magic wand and you could wave it and fix 3 different major problems, what problems would you fix and how would you do it? Now, if you got smart people in the room, you're going to be surprised at what you hear. And you may come up with additional ideas of things that you can promote in your own campaign. There is a 5th way to find problems in search of a solution. Every community has civic and community leaders who serve people who need a hand up. You want to know about problems in your community? Sit down with the president of a service club. Sit down with the president of United Way. Sit down with the president of the Chamber of Commerce. Sit down with the president of a cause-driven organization and ask them what they see. When you have done all of this, you're not going to have just a list of 2 or 3 things. You're going to have pages of ideas on problems that could be fixed, problems that should be fixed, ideas on how to do them. That is going to make your campaign message a whole lot richer than it might otherwise be. Now, we've just done a deep dive into just one of the questions that voters are going to expect you to answer. Why do you want the job? If you want to know how to answer the other questions, there's a link underneath this video. The title of it is, A Good Campaign Message Will Win an Election. Click it. Take a piece of paper, take a pencil with you as you watch it because you're going to want to take notes. Oh, and do that right now while this material is still fresh in your head.